Well, hello, my beautiful people. My name is Gant, and welcome back to Lucid9. Last episode, we basically finished the game. Ruri died. That was it. She died. Like, dead. D-E-A-D. Dead. Died. My guy. Okay? And I was like, okay, let's go see if we could do another game. Until I saw this down here on your bottom left. Look at that. It says undo. Normally it would say start, but I don't know what the fuck undo is. Like the whole game, or is it something new? So we're gonna find out. Let's click it. Where the fuck am I? Hello? I'm a little bit scared. I hear footsteps. Session 31. Patient ID 532 4895 634. Good morning. How are you feeling today? The patient seems to be having difficulty speaking, and it is unclear if he understood the meaning of my words. Nevertheless, he is conscious, and at least particularly lucid. I get it, Lucid9. This is already a substantial improvement compared to our prior sessions, indicating that the change in his pharmaceutical treatment has been a success. Patient 532 4895 634. Can you understand what I'm saying? If you can, then please blink once. Blink once. The patient has acknowledged that he can understand me. Good. Then we will use this method of communication going forward. Are you in agreement? Patient? Blink once if you are. Blink twice if not. Blink once? Why the fuck would I blink twice? Excellent. You may have noticed the audio-visual device in my hands. As per usual, today's session will be recorded for future study. Blink twice. The patient blinked twice. It appears he does not wish to be recorded. Regrettably, this isn't something a patient in your condition can object to. But feel free to ignore the audio-visual device if it causes you discomfort. Now then, I'll rephrase my question. Would you say that you are feeling good today? Blink twice. As expected, the patient blinks twice. Given his body is in a decent health due to constant physical therapy, it's safe to assume patient 532 4895 634 is referring to his mental and or emotional distress. These conditions are thus ideal for patient 532 4895 634. New treatment. Please look at the contents on this tray. Here we have 4 samples of a new drug currently in development by our laboratories. While the drug itself is in an early stage, it has already proven useful in helping some of our most clinical patients. The specifics of what it does are regrettably too complex for me to explain at the moment. But in a few words, it's a drug that makes you dream. You've been having trouble sleeping ever since you came here, correct? This drug will ensure you have a good night's rest, with an added benefit of experiencing a pleasant dream. Would you like to have pleasant dreams? No. It could be horrible dreams, not pleasant at all. Maybe I get a nightmare. How the fuck would you know? The patient does not blink. He appears hesitant. No matter. I can leave your room until you take one of these, so it would help me a lot if you took them willingly. In fact, how about this? You are free to choose whatever sample you want. While they are the same drug, their components vary slightly, hence the varying colors. You could say each sample allows us to control the contents of a person's dreams in different ways. Of course, the effect varies from patient to patient. You'll simply have to see for yourself. You may still have doubts. You may still have trouble distinguishing color, so from left to right, the 4 samples are purple, red, yellow, and black, respectively. When you are ready, please fix your eyes in the sample that attracts you the most. So we got purple, red, yellow, and black. I don't know how I feel about this. And I don't know which one to pick. Like, you're not telling me more about these, so fuck it, we'll take the purple sample, because why the fuck not? The purple sample enkindles a patient's self-confidence. It allows them to feel certainty in their thoughts and actions that they may not have had in their past lives. By thinking of yourself as boundless, you can accomplish anything you want and become everything you wish. Your life has been one where your efforts have been constantly undermined, correct? If so, this sample might be the perfect fit for you. Would you like to take the purple sample? Can I see all the other samples? Like, if I say no, is the purple one still gonna be there? That's fine. Take as much time as you need. When you are ready, please fix your eyes in the samples that attract you the most. Okay, so purple is there. So, red sample. The red sample induces a sense of ease in the patient's mind. There are no strong emotions at play, merely tranquility. Some have even described it as experiencing the lull of childhood all over again. They have no responsibilities, feel that their futures have already been assured by a parental figure. Thus, they are allowed to spend their days idly, doing only what they enjoy. For someone like you, who's gone through so many hardships, that must sound like a type of heaven. Would you like to take the red sample? No, my guy. That's fine. Take as much time as you need. I'm not even gonna read this part. Okay. Yellow sample. The yellow sample never fails to invoke the desire for adventure. Peasants become heroes, travel to far-off lands, fend off villains, save the world, those sort of fantasies. Dreams filled with wide-eyed excitement that makes them feel powerful. And what more that their actions have merit. A hero, huh? Well, maybe only a handful. There are people out there who thinks of you as one. Maybe you could try to live up to the title, if only within the confines of your mind. Would you like to take the yellow sample? No. Take as much time as you need. When you're ready, blah blah blah. The black one. Patients who take the black samples often experience dreams in which they are successful. Said success comes in many shapes and forms: money, fame, power, or a combination of the three. They become people who are in control of their lives, loved by family, friends, and strangers alike. A perfect life in the most conventional of terms. I bet even you have dreamed of being like those starry-eyed celebrities you have always seen on TV. Would you like to take the black sample? No. That's fine, take as much time as you need. It's not like we're running a YouTube channel or anything, asshole. Let's see. So confidence, childlike, being like, you know what I mean? Enjoy what you want to enjoy, going on an adventure, or being a celebrity. I'm not gonna lie, I kinda like the confidence and the yellow one, being a hero. Cause I don't know, man. When I was like a little kid, like maybe elementary, right? And even now, I still have dreams of being a dashing hero one day, you know? Being a hero that people are going to be like, yeah, you saved the day. Hooray! Yeah. And the purple one's like having more confidence. As I get older, like middle school, high school, and a little bit now, not too much, but a little bit, like I always wanted confidence, because I'm never confident in my own abilities, to do shit. Let's see, purple or yellow? Let's try purple, fuck it. What's the worst that could happen? Blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Yes, I'm taking the purple one. Then here you go. Are you feeling drowsy already? Good. Then don't mind me and close your eyes. Maybe you have a pleasant sleep. Patient 532 4895 634. Am I even Yama? What the fuck? Hello? The morning air seeps through the open window as chilly as usual. Feeling the cold creeps in, I bring the coffee cup closer to my lips. It's still too hot to drink, but the steam feels comfortable on my face and shields me with its warmth. Another morning, another day, yet the same skyline of infinity, reaching towers, adores the glass of my window. Suddenly, the screen on my phone lights up. The time is almost 9 a.m. Now who could it be? They better have a good reason for calling so early in the morning, and on my off day, no less. Who the fuck is K? Oh! It's him! And after so long without making any contact whatsoever. Maybe I shouldn't answer. Mornings are the only time I have to relax, and it's been a while since the city last felt so still. Oh, it's what? Elizabeth. But I have a feeling ignoring this particular insufferable man will only cause more trouble than it's worth. So, after taking a deep breath, I resigned myself to pick up the phone. Yes? I'm sorry for calling you so early. Did I wake you up? His voice is dry, low-pitched, devoid of all emotion, the same as it has always been. As you can most likely hear, yes, I am awake. What do you need? This might be sudden, but I need to meet up with you, so there's something we need to discuss. Would it kill you to ask if I'm free at least? What if I have other plans? Do you? I look at the coffee mug in my hands, what remains of my whole would-be breakfast, and sigh. My schedule for today is completely blank, as if you didn't know that already. Good. Then, can you get to the river by 12 p.m.? The river? I hold my breath for a second. Yes, exists a spot close to the old academy where we can talk. Do you remember? Out of all places to choose, he had to just pick that one, didn't he? The river is linked to one too many memories that I rather forget. While he understands if I ask to change location, but if he's offering that particular spot, then there must be a reason. He's not the sort of man to make choices at random. Elizabeth? Yes, I remember. Don't let it bother you, Elizabeth. Just go about your day as always. Should I bring anything? A blanket, a few biscuits to enjoy the afternoon sun, perhaps? I don't think we'll have the time. Just focus on not being late. Of course. Not that I expected sarcasm to work. Well, if that's all, then I'll... Wait. You know what? I'm not gonna do the voice the whole time, because it's fucking annoying to me. I'm about to hang up, but the sudden spike of energy in his voice forces my attention back to the phone. How long have you been awake? An hour, maybe? Why? Have you been resting properly? It isn't a crime to sleep in, particularly during your days off. Are you sure? As things stand, someone might turn it into a major criminal offense by the end of the year. What am I saying? What I'm saying is taking breaks is important. No one wants it to collapse unexpectedly. Is there such a thing as an unexpected collapse? Perhaps if I were drugged? Ah, I'm doing it again, aren't I? Acting hostile to someone for giving me some well-meaning advice. Me and my big mouth. I'm sorry, but you don't have to worry about me. I'm resting well and eating well. Today's just the same as usual. Thanks for your concern. However, I mean it. Just don't overwork yourself, Elizabeth. What an exhausting man. Leaving the mug on the windowsill, I drag my feet to the bathroom and take a brief shower to wash away the drowsiness. The coffee is half cold by the time I come back, but drinkable. It tastes like dirt. With a push of my fingers, I turn on the TV. Lemonscade's logo remains on the screen for a few seconds, but quickly cuts to the morning news. A A young man's face immediately pops into view. Dark hair and light-shaven goatee, wearing glasses and an unbuttoned shirt. Based solely on appearances, he can't be much older than I am. And with that go-getter look that seems to be the norm for the golden generation of Isamu, you wouldn't think he was anyone unsavory. Now if only... Name is Hiro Moriki. If you have any information regarding this individual, please contact the appropriate authorities. If only the words fugitives at large If only the words fugitive at large weren't plastered all over the screen. It might be in my imagination, but these sort of news bulletins have shown up a lot recently. Someone did something wrong, so help us make them pay. Whether the city security grid can't find is easily caught by the power of an angry mob. Or, at least, that's what whoever is behind these messages seem to think. Maybe I'm being too cynical. Maybe the man on the screen is a ruthless criminal, and the authorities want to find him before he hurts someone else. But when buzzwords such as antisocial behavior, pampered youth, golden days, and our glorious Isamu are sprouted with such conviction, well, my cynicism feels a tad justifiable. Just a tad. It's disheartening to learn how many of our youths have been taking this anti-Ichimu rhetoric as their own. They take everything the city has been offering them throughout their lives and wasted it in acts of vandalism and protest. If they hate Ichimu so much, why not just leave? Join those immigrants and foreigners who do nothing for our city and get the hell out of our borders. And that's about as I can take. There are a few hours left until noon. Not feeling like going back to bed, I quickly dress, picking up my bags and walking out of the apartment. Why am I still doing this voice? Am I don't know, Miss Burnett? Am I Elizabeth? Elizabeth Tanner from fucking, what's it called? Fucking Pirates in the Caribbean? I hope not, my good sir. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. District 4. I like to come here and take leisurely walks when there's nothing to do. They call it the student district, and as such, it's often empty during the mornings, with only the occasional university goers to disturb the view. When every day is hectic, you inevitably start to wish for some peace and quiet. So, what better place than here, where students are bound to their classrooms until the bell rings? Well, not that I was ever eager to escape them back when I was a student. There are a few puddles of water on the sidewalk, turning it in a multi gray. Did it rain last night? It's rare for us to get midnight showers, even during the wet seasons. How unusual. I look around to make sure that there's no one watching. Is she stomping around them like a child? My boots splash across the water, scattering droplets under the opposing sun. One puddle at a time, I merely skip along the sidewalk. What am I doing? A schoolgirl all over again. But it's fun, so I don't stop until a group of bystanders shoot me perplexed glances. The entrance to the closest subway station is right in front of me when I look up. Even on my off days, I can't seem to shake the routine that has been ingrained in my brain for the past year. By the time I notice, I even calculated the number of stops that currently separate me from my workplace. The cold weather, the skyscrapers, the busy stores opening their doors to the public. Everybody's just doing the same thing, talking about the same things, even thinking about the same things. It's also awfully mundane. Sometimes I find myself reminiscing how life used to be more fun. Sure, there were some terrible moments and memories I'd rather not revisit, but it feels like I used to look forward to each day more than I do now. So be it. It's what I often thought when I realized the cynical nature of my days. Yet, Yet, the acceptance have only made me more uncomfortable as time passes me by. And now, I can't even sleep during my off days. A certain someone would have a field day with this attitude of mine. He'd probably say something like, What's so straight-laced that you can't even slack off? Learn to live a little, Lizzie. Or, Top of the morning, Your Majesty. Say, what a gnarly expression you have today. With the morning tea not to your liking? And would I let you assume that I had tea today? And what led you to assume I had tea today exactly? Brits? Tea? You get the idea. Well, you cut it with the stereotypes someday. And besides, it wasn't tea. This might surprise you, but I am actually quite particularly to... Stop. Don't think about it. Don't you dare let your mood fall any lower than this, Elizabeth. The past. It's all about the past. It's all because things are so similar to the differences are so ridiculous easy to see. Fuck, what the fuck did I just read? It's all because things are so similar that the differences are so ridiculously easy to see. Ah! What a pain in the arse! I know it's supposed to say, like, it's not arse, it's supposed to be, like, subtle, like, us, or whatever, right? But I like to say arse, put that fucking hard R, arse. I'm probably pissing off someone from the UK right now. Or Canadians, right? Because they kind of speak British. No, they don't, get. You're a racist motherfucker, you know that? No, I'm just stereotypical, not racist at all. You know? Whoever decided that adult life has to be this troublesome, we better be tumbling in their grave right now. The river is just as tranquil as it's ever been. I searched the scenery for the person who's supposed to meet up with me. Of course, he's not here yet, so instead of standing around like a fool, I searched and sit on a bed facing the water. I had almost forgotten how good it felt to go out for a walk without any obligation to weigh me down. If only more days could be like this. Maybe it wouldn't be so difficult to wake up every morning. Isamu feels almost peaceful when you stare at it from here, don't you think? A hand lands on my shoulder. Instinctively, I spring to my feet and turn around. However, the person trying to grab hold of me skillfully evades my clenched fist, which I almost had swatted at their face in surprise. Who the fuck are you? Oh, you're the fucking police guy, right? You're just out of uniform. Huh? Why, you little... Don't surprise me like that, Katsuo. You know I don't enjoy it. I thought this was, I was gonna say, like, Yama. But no, it's the fucking police guy, just out of uniform, I think. What was his voice again? No, what's his voice? What was his voice again? I don't remember. You look distracted. It's not easy to catch you off your off days, Elizabeth. Yeah, you don't seem to have a problem doing so every day you wish. Honestly, it's creepy how you don't even make a sound when you walk. A skill of our trade. Not a cop trade, I would bloody hope. I sit back on the bench and sigh briefly escapes my lips. Seriously, this man is always such a hassle. Why would he sneak up on me like that? Is it really so amusing to startle me? Not even bothering to look repentant for his actions, Katsuo takes off his hat and sits by my side. Good morning. It's been a while since we last talked like this, hasn't it? You mean good afternoon. Morning's already come and gone. Forgive me. I've been up on my feet for a while, so I wasn't sure if I got in here early or later than the appointed time. I didn't think you were so humanly capable of being late to a meeting, especially when you schedule yourself. What had you so busy anyway? One of my clients got into some trouble, so I wanted to check the scene before the authorities got wind of the situation. Granted, there wasn't much I can do, given my current status. This might be a long shot, but it isn't all that related to what's been showing up on the news. The news? Something about a fugitive. To be honest, I didn't pay much attention, but that infuriating anchorman seems upset about it. Who knows? Anyway, with the dodgy answer, always with the dodgy answers, this man. Still mentioning the news seems to put him in a passive mood, since he's closed his eyes and thought. This is how he used to act whenever he was in trance with a case. Old habits die hard, huh? Ah, he caught me staring at him. Curious? Not in the slightest. It's really none of my business anyway. Well, enough of that. You didn't answer my question. What question? When was the last time we talked like this? Let me think. A month? Maybe 2? Outside of the occasional phone calls to check up on me, Katsuo hasn't shown himself around a lot. But I'm having a difficult time remembering. When every day blurs together, it's hard to pinpoint exact dates and times. A month and 2 weeks. Has it? Yes. Yes, at the cafe. We decided to go for breakfast during the weekend. Fought over what time of scones to order. Blimey, what was that? Was that only a month ago? I could have sworn we had the same discussion last year. It's possible. It wouldn't be the first time you argued with me over such a triviality. Oh, bugger off. We've both been busy, so excuse me if I can't remember every minute detail of our lives. Memory does tend to get foggy with age, Elizabeth. Ah, there it is. Katsuo's businesslike smile. It's the same as mine. A half moon set in stone, not to convey a positive feeling, but to make me think that he is. Maybe I learned it from him. I witnessed the same expression every day my dad invited him over for dinner. To think he'd still be in my life, even after all these years. Would my past self be delighted to hear it, or simply annoyed? So, I don't think you called me here to exchange pleasantries. What did you want to discuss? How has work been treating you? Work? What does it have to do with anything? Humor me. The question strikes me as odd. To say the least, Katsuo never cared about my occupation, other than whether or not it kept me afloat. Let me drink some water. Fuck, Elizabeth making my head feel, my mouth is like, dry as motherfucker. Water. Water. The life-saving liquid that can save your life one day. So drink water, because why not? Water. Drink now. I said drink now. I would say it's fine. A larger paycheck would certainly be welcome, but the staff works hard and no one has acted especially unpleasant recently. Do you enjoy it? Well, it's a job. Well, that's a good thing to say. That's a good quote to say. I'm not gonna lie. It's a job. It doesn't matter what job you choose, right? Like your first job, your second job, whatever part-time job you have, it's gonna suck. But you gotta say, it's a job. You know, there's good days and there's bad days. So fuck it. That's not what I asked. Do you enjoy it, Elizabeth? Are you happy in that place? Happy? Another strange word coming from him. That settles it. Something must be going on. The more I answer him, the more I sink into its trap. I hate it when you dance around the issue, Katsuo. I'm getting to the point already. His eyes twitched for a brief moment, obviously taken off his stride by my sharp tone. Then I'll do just that. Elizabeth, how would you like to come work for me? So, it was about that after all. You say that if you knew already. Well, I was expecting us to have this conversation so soon. Well, I wasn't expecting us to have the conversation so soon. But please, you are bound to ask someday. So I gathered you already have an answer prepared. I take a deep breath and nod. I refuse. I expected as much. Katsura turns his whole body to face me. His deep blue eyes are intimidating. So much that I quickly turn away. Could you tell me at least? Why at least? I don't think it's a bad deal for you. Get your act together, Elizabeth. This conversation between two adults, so at least make an effort to act like one. Just to clarify, you want me to work under your full time, is that correct? Correct. Then, if you insist, but my reasons aren't anything special. As I've said, I do like my current job. The pay isn't bad, and a while ago, I got promoted to a position as floor manager. People depend on me, Katsuo. I couldn't possibly leave without finding a replacement first. Half of that is the truth, and half of that's a mere excuse. Finding a replacement wouldn't be too hard, and I doubt my presence is so essential to the shop that it can't function without me. But with a straight face and a confident tone, even a cheap excuse sounds convincing. It's something I learned from him. Lastly, I don't want to take this the wrong way. You work at the center, the bloody center. The simple time I've decided to lend you a hand provided to be a miserable experience, so I cannot imagine myself working there full time. And I don't even see why you need me too, since you're clearly managing well enough by yourself. If I were there, all I do is hear one sob story after another, and to be absolutely fair, I don't believe I can take it. I'm not strong enough for that. Ugh. The point is, I'm happy with my job. I'm happy working inside that noisy shop, and I'll stay there as long as I see fit. Understood? Katsuo stays silent for a moment, contemplating my answer. If that's not enough of an answer for him, I don't know what is. Is that really what you want? No. Is that what you really want? Yes. Why wouldn't it be? My voice breaks a little. A steady life with a steady life with a steady but meaningless job, living day to day like any other citizen. Don't you dare call it meaningless. I apologize, but you know what I meant. Being a waitress must surely be difficult, but it's also a job anyone can do. And I know that's not what you want, Elizabeth. So, you mean to tell me working at a dreary office with you is any better? It's not about the office. It's not about the job either. It's about being in a position to bring a change in Isamu, to do something better than manage a coffee shop. To be free. I briefly stopped my eye contact with him, clenching my fist in an attempt to calm myself down. I don't know what you mean. You do. You are simply too stubborn to listen. Or maybe I just don't like what you're saying. Have it ever occurred to you that maybe, just maybe, I'm not like you nor my father? Your idea of change might be wildly different from mine. Excuses. Let me drink water. Fuck, man, this is getting really good. Water. It will save your life one day. All just a bunch of excuses. Plus, I know what this is really about. This talks about the job, about freedom. It's all a preamble. All you want is to keep me on a leash. If I wanted to, I would have already done so. Oh, give me a bloody break. Am I wrong? No, not in the least. Katsuo Kobayashi is right. If he gave a direct order, the thought of complying wouldn't even cross my mind. He's asking merely to allow me some control over my actions. Katsuo Kobayashi is right. He is always right. That's why he's so hard to refuse. Listen, it's not that I don't understand why you're doing this. After all, he's offering a means to take back what's mine, a key to a brighter future. But I can't forget about everything that's gone wrong until now. I just can't. I know you can't. That's why I don't understand. That alone should be good enough reason to act, but instead, you're choosing to remain motionless in a place where you can't even make a difference. Of course, that's how you think. What's that supposed to mean? It's just so like you to use every little tragedy as fuel to keep you motivated, but I'm not like that. Look at me, Katsu. Oh, it's Katsu. I've been calling him Katsuo, haven't I? I put a hand over my chest. Look at me and tell me what you see. For the first time in forever, I'm witnessing him at a loss of words. He must be having a difficult time understanding where I'm going with this. If you can't, then I will. I am a woman in her early 20s. What the fuck? Is this the future? Am I gonna find out who killed Rui? Please tell me I find out who killed Rui. Like, oh my god, like, I can't deal with that bullshit of not knowing. Or is this a dream? Have I taken a pill and Yama's just dreaming of bullshit right now? I don't fucking know. But I hope it's the future because I want fucking answers, my guy. I am a woman in her early 20s. One who works 5 to 6 days a week, more than 8 hours at a time. After work, I'm usually so exhausted that I fall asleep right after showering. I like to spend my days off going for a walk, maybe buying myself a nice meal along the way. I am a civilian, just an average civilian. My chest stings with every word I say. I am involving innocent civilians in something that doesn't concern them is something the police should never do. That's what Father used to say, right? An average civilian, huh? Katsu remained silent for a while, letting himself be engulfed by the calming sound of the flowing river. A small leaf from a tree above falls between us. We both raise our hands to push it away in an unwarranted urge to clean, but we stop before the tips of our fingers can touch. He takes a look at me, one that doesn't make me as uncomfortable as before. You know, you have grown a lot since the first time I met you. Where's this coming from? Yeah, I know, this is sounding a little bit creepy, isn't it? Why, yes, most people do after 10 years, with the possible exception of being a certain detective. I'm not talking about your physique. You used to follow your father's every whim without ever thinking for yourself. I remember thinking, what a well-behaved child. But only recently did you become a true independent adult. Blimey, aren't you being honest anymore? And I feel for my life. If you are making this choice on your own accord, thinking only on your own wishes, then so be it. Katsuo stands up from the bench. But if you are only being complacent, then I urge you to give my proposal another thought. His words shouldn't hurt at all, but it feels like he's just stabbed tiny needles into every vein in my body. Quick, think of something snatchy, anything to turn the tables on him. Aren't you just a sweetheart? Weak, such a weak response, Elizabeth. Yet somehow, it elicits a chuckle from the normally stonic Katsu. I try. Hey, what are you? Too late, he's already ruffling my hair with his sweaty palms. Hey, bugger off! You have grown in some ways, but remain the same in others. I'm telling you, stop right this instant. Stop treating me like a little girl. This is, fuck man. I hate doing the voice a little bit. I'm kind of getting used to doing the voices of like the female cast. It hurts a little bit, but not too much. But man, when I was doing the stop treating me like a little girl, I'm just doing like putting one of my hands straight and like just picking up my wrist, right? Like so my fingers are like in that like karate like I don't know how to explain it. But like an anime girl that's about to say baka 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 baka. You know what I mean? About hitting the guy. You know, in anime, like, they, like, put their hands to the side, like, and just, like, straight to their sides, like, and baka. Damn it, I need a picture. Fuck, if I remember tomorrow when I'm editing this to put a picture right here, that would make my life so fucking happy. This is so infuriating. It's the same teasing from 10 years ago, and it hasn't gotten the least bit more tolerable since. Yet, something about this is awfully, horribly nostalgic. So I withstand it and withstand it. Well, until it becomes so unbearable that but I can't help but swat his hand away. Enough is enough. Yes, I agree. Besides, I have business to attend. It's probably pointless to ask again, but is it all related to what I saw on the news? And is it maybe too much for you to handle on your own? It'll explain why he decided to schedule this conversation so out of the blue. Elizabeth, weren't you supposed to be just an average civilian? And weren't you supposed to be one as well? Katsuo looks away for a second, as if deep in thought. That past long been lost to me. Katsuo reaches out and grabs his hat, which he left by my side. Take care, Elizabeth. We'll be in touch. I need to give him a better voice. I gave him that voice because I fucking hated him in the main with Yama, you know what I mean? Because it's the same guy. I'm 100% sure it's the same police guy that Yama met in the forest. So, like, I gave him that stupid voice, you know? Like, I just hated it. Take care, Elizabeth. We'll be in touch. Yes, be careful too. Don't be reckless. And when have I? Alone again. It's almost disappointing. Disappointing? Did I want him to convince me to take me back under his wing? Sometimes it feels like the person I have the most trouble understanding is myself. It isn't like I can't see why he'd invited me. In fact, his logic is fairly clear, and only a fool would reject his proposal. So what's stopping me? I wish for something to change. Then I must change it with my own two hands. No matter how difficult and how long I work hard for it, I'll attain it, and I must attain it. That's what I believe for the majority of my life. So why is it that now I'm frozen in place, unable to take the single step forward? Why? I need to go for a walk. And I am gonna end it there, because that feels like a good place to end it. I don't want this to drag on like my hour videos. Don't get me wrong, they're good, but you know, don't drag it out, because it's gonna leave me in an awkward place where it's like, do I keep going? Do I end it? We're at an hour, then we keep going, maybe it's an hour 20, we don't know. But for some reason, we're Elizabeth, we're in our 20s, and they're gonna probably explain what happened, or this is all a dream. Either way, fuck it, right? We're gonna learn about what's Elizabeth doing. So yeah, she's no longer the high school girl no more. I wonder how she looks. Hopefully pretty cute, like as always. Anyway, before I start rambling, I'm gonna end it here. If you liked the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification to see whenever I post a video, and leave a comment. Alrighty. This is farewell, and as always, bye bye.